Assume your position behind my right shoulder. I see you. What are we going to talk about today, huh? You're stealing all my thunder. You're stealing all my fucking thunder in my videos. Everybody's talking about you. Right? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Now you got nothing to say, right? Okay. Anyway, guys, what's going on? It is Sunday morning, Elimination Chamber Sunday. We're going to be doing the review. I just woke up, excuse me. I haven't even had half of my coffee yet. But it is Elimination Chamber Sunday, and we're going to be doing the review tonight after the show goes off the air. It should be a good show with the two chamber matches. I'm not expecting anything else. I don't have any high expectations. I have absolutely no expectations whatsoever. So the show can ultimately bomb, or it could really surprise a lot of people. So I'm hoping we get a decent 3 hours of the Elimination Chamber tonight. But this is Off the Script episode 210. I made a little flubber in yesterday's video. I accidentally called it episode 211. It is indeed 210. This is part number 3 for your Sunday, February 25th, 2018. Not a lot of news this weekend, man, for Sunday. We went over a lot of what we needed to talk about on Friday and Saturday. We went over all the Elimination Chamber news, plus the preview and predictions on last night's video. Now, if you guys missed that, it was uploaded around 10:15 Eastern Time, so you might have missed that. If you're seeing this now, there is indeed a part 2. So go check that out. Part 2 is also available on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, Google Play Music, and Twitch. And I'm trying to get approved for Spotify. I think it's a little long of a process, but I'm trying to push Spotify as well for Off the Script. Part 1, same outlets. It's on the channel. Make sure you guys go and check that out. We talk about this Johnny Bravo filmmaker who's about to expose Roman Reigns with this whole Richard Rodriguez steroid scandal. So we talk about that. And I want to make one thing perfectly clear. You know, people just love to start drama. You know, people were already stating, oh, JD's a hypocrite, JD's a liar. He always talks shit about Roman Reigns. He says he doesn't want to see anything bad happen to Roman Reigns. Yes, Roman Reigns, the character I talk shit about. I never, ever once stated that I wanted to see Roman Reigns lose his job or get suspended from WWE. So there's two totally different sides of the coin there. Do not misconstrue and twist around my words for your own personal agenda just to make sure I look like shit. There's no video anywhere on any platform, on any channel, including this one, where I said I want Roman Reigns to get suspended or I want Roman Reigns to lose his job. I never once said that. I don't want anybody to lose their job. I merely state that I hate Roman Reigns, the character. I hate that Roman Reigns is forced down our throats on a weekly basis. That's what I don't like. I never want anybody to lose their job. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. We talk about the Richard Rodriguez scandal, the whole steroid scandal with filmmaker Johnny Bravo. That's on part 1. And like I said, the Elimination Chamber preview and predictions on part 2. Wrestle Rumble is going to be doing a Elimination Chamber pick'em. They are live with that right now. You guys got up until 7:59 p.m. tonight, right before the pay-per-view, to get your picks in. So if you want to listen to my preview and predictions and use my word as a guide to hopefully you winning some money, by all means do so, man. WrestleRumble.com is the place to have fun tonight during the pay-per-view. Shout out to Matt and everybody over at Wrestle Rumble. They do a fantastic job every week. They're a big supporter of the show. More importantly, Matt is a friend. So thank you so much for that. Go check those guys out. They do big things every single month over there at WrestleRumble.com. I do have a Wrestle Crate unboxing, which we'll get into in a second. Let me get through these formulaic plugs that I usually have. You guys know the deal. Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. We are nearing 88,300. We should eclipse that by far with the chamber tonight. We're going to be on our way to 89, and that means we're going to be 11,000 away from 100K. And that silver play button, thank you guys so very much. Make sure you guys go and do that. Hit the bell. Turn the bell on for all notifications. Twitter is also a great way, like I said, because everything that I upload gets pushed to Twitter at JD from NY206. Continue to support Harry's Shave Club. We got the Harry Razors on board with the sponsoring of the podcast, man. Harrys.com/script. Get your free trial shave set. You guys can do that anytime you want. Even if you signed up, you guys can push it to a friend or a family member, man. You know, you got wives, you know, have her family do it. You guys got girlfriends, have her family do it. You guys got brothers in the household that shave just like you, have them do it. You guys got friends at work, friends at school, have them do it, man. Great shave. You are not going to be disappointed with Harry's. Harrys.com/script. Remember, I never put my name to anything that I don't use and that I don't believe in, man. So I will never push anything onto you guys that I don't fully believe in. Harrys.com/script is the best way to get your shaving needs out of the way, man. You're going to forget about those other guys. You're going to get a razor handle, razor blade protective case, and their great shave gel, all for free. All you guys got to do is pay the shipping and handling. Harrys.com/script. Make sure you guys go and check out Audible. They're still sponsoring the podcast. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. Same thing, man. If you guys signed up, push it on to a friend or family member, coworker, classmate, whomever you guys have in mind. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. 30 days to navigate Audible service. You got iPhone or Android, you're good to go. Just download the app, sign up, choose your free audiobook. You are good to go, and you guys can cancel at any time, and you still get to keep your audiobook for free. Over 180,000 choices in audiobook form to choose from, man. It's audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go out and get your t-shirts, barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. And if you guys want to support the podcast directly on a monthly basis, patreon.com/JD from NY206. Let's get on with this unboxing, man. I want to run through this real fast and then get on with the news and rumors that I got today. So, WrestleCrate, another sponsor of the show. These guys are great. These guys support the podcast on a monthly basis, along with Pro Wrestling Crate, which we unboxed on Friday. Today, we're doing WrestleCrate. Next week, we're going to do That Wrestling Club, because I didn't pick it up from the post office yet, because the mail system here in the Bronx is terrible. They left these two boxes, but they didn't leave the other one. I don't know why. It might be a bigger box than the rest of them. Hopefully, we get some good stuff out of that one. But WrestleCrate, friends of the show. They're sponsors of the show every single month. You guys can follow them on Twitter, at WrestleCrateUSA on Twitter. Make sure you guys go over there and tell them that JD sent you from Off the Script. And if you guys want to go sign up, if you like anything that you see in here, you're going to go to WrestleCrate.com and you're going to sign up for whatever subscription service you want. And then at the end, you're going to use coupon code JDSENTME, all in capital letters. You're going to get 10% off your first initial subscription box, man. So that is great. You get to save some money. Let's see what's in here, man. I have not looked in here yet. I forgot to cut the sides of the package, but I'm going to rip this motherfucker open. If I can rip it open. There you go. Here's one. And this tape sucks. If I can get it open. All right, man. What do we got in here? We got another one of these wrestling buddies here. We got the other young buck. We got the other half of the tag team on my dresser over there in the corner. But I like this shit, man. I like just displaying this shit around. It's fun. It's cool. What else do we got? We got 2 t-shirts in here. Ooh, we got 2 t-shirts in here. Why does this look big? It feels big. What is this? What is this? I can't read. I have to read the cheat sheet. Where's the cheat sheet, bruh? It's in Japanese. I don't know what the fuck it says. There's no cheat sheet for me in here. Oh, my goodness. Who is this? I don't even know what the fuck this is. Burning Hammer. Oh, I don't know what this is. I don't know what the hell this is, man. Burning Hammer? Do those wrestling models depict anybody? I have no idea, man. This is probably going to be worn around the house because I look like a complete fucking geek wearing this out. What the fuck does the shirt say? I don't fucking know. I don't know, man. What do we got here? Red is not my color, I'll tell you that. Viva la Lucha. Great, I'll play this when I hop back on World War II. At least I'll fit in with the fucking lag. There you go. Viva la Lucha. 2 shirts that I'm not going to wear out because, A, I don't want to be characterized as a Mexican wrestler. And, this is... Oh, my God, man. This may be the best thing in this box, bro. This, I wish Dana Brooke would wear this everywhere she goes, dude. This should honestly be, this design right here that I'm about to reveal to you should be the next Dana Brooke t-shirt, bro. That is fucking great, dude. Born to Botch. Oh, my God. You could probably even do... This would have been a great Eva Marie t-shirt. Oh, my goodness, dude. Oh, my goodness. That should have been on the Eva Marie Get Off My TV t-shirt, man. Fuck. I wish Eva Marie was just in the company just for that so I can make a new t-shirt. What do we got here? Another pin. We got Dusty Rhodes in the... This may be the best looking pin that I ever got, man. Dusty Rhodes in the form of Super Mario, Raccoon Mario. Look at that. From Super Mario 3. I love that shit, man. The sticker and the pin may be the best thing in the fucking crate. Oh, my God. And what do we got here? What do we have here, man? The Nature Boy. Autograph. There you go. No figures anymore. What happened? WrestleCrate, what's going on with the figures, huh? No more Funko Pop? What are you doing to me over here? You're giving me Mexican t-shirts. You're giving me Japanese t-shirts I can't read. What's going on with you guys over there? Maybe this fucking sticker is depicting WrestleCrate this month. Born to Botch. I think you botched the fucking crate this month, guys. What's going on? Anyway, WrestleCrate.com. Use the code JD sent me. And then we got WrestleCrate USA on the Twitter. So make sure you guys go and do that for me. Otherwise, you're going to get a super kick party right to the fucking face. Okay? There you go. Let's get on with the fucking news, man. Let's get on with the news. Sorry for the transition. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I really couldn't open that tape. The tape, I don't know why they fucking taped the thing so badly that I gotta fucking rip it open, you know? Anyway, let's get on with the news, man. We talked about the Dusty Classic. I am looking forward to it because I love tournaments. Who doesn't, right? But the Dusty Classic is coming back. Now, if you guys remember what the old tournament looked like, this one is a slightly revised version of the tournament. We had TM61 and the Authors of Pain on the other side, and Sanity was on the left side. So TM61 and Authors of Pain were on the right side. Sanity and Sabatelli were on the left side. So now they slightly altered it. I don't know why they did that. It certainly makes for a different presentation as far as what we're thinking about for the finals. My original plan was TM61 versus the Street Profits in the finals. That would have been great. I'm a fan of both teams. I think this tournament could get both teams over. I think this could be a great catalyst for the Street Profits to get them some momentum after being cooled off just a little bit. This could be a great way to get TM61 back into the forefront of the tag team division after WWE's been hyping them since their return. But now this tournament definitely presents a different take on what we're going to see in the finals. Maybe WWE not only wants to give the Street Profits and TM61 a chance in this tournament, but I'm thinking that they're looking to give another team that the fans are definitely behind a chance in this tournament. I think the Street Profits are going to beat Heavy Machinery. I really do. I don't think Heavy Machinery is right for right now. I love Otis and Tucker Knight. I think they're great. I think they're fun. I think they're entertaining. I just don't think it's their time yet. There's still plenty of time to go for those guys to be in the mix for the tag team titles. I think the Street Profits are going to win. I think they're going to the semifinals. TM61 versus the Authors of Pain. I think TM61 is going to win this match. I do not see the Authors of Pain factoring into WrestleMania weekend at TakeOver New Orleans. I think they're going to be called up after WrestleMania. I think this is going to be their goodbye. I think they're going to put over TM61, and rightfully so. So I think we're going to get the Street Profits versus TM61, but it's not going to be in the finals. So that's going to be the left side. Sabatelli and Riddick Moss, they've been having problems. They're going against Sanity. There's no reason for anybody's believe why Moss and Sabatelli are going to beat Sanity. Sanity's going to advance. No question. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Mustache Mountain. This is an unpredictable match. This is probably one of the more unpredictable matches in this tournament. I honestly think that Mustache Mountain, I think Trent Seven and Tyler Bate, they've been used in situations to further storylines and enhance other talent. I think that's going to be the same thing here. I think we're going to get Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch as the Cinderella team in this tournament. I really do. I honestly really do. And I think Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, they are going on to the finals. I truly believe that. And if I was booking this thing, and with the slight change to this tournament, I honestly think that WWE is setting up for Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch to be a Cinderella team and give this tournament that slight unpredictability factor. I think Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch are going to beat Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. They're going to go on to the semifinals to go one-on-one with Sanity. I think that's the case. Sanity, just like the Authors of Pain, they'll advance to the semifinals where the Authors of Pain will not. I honestly think Sanity is going to be there to put over Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan as well. I truly believe that. I think Sanity is going to be called up to the main roster as well after WrestleMania. They've done everything that they can. They've had a tag team title run just like the Authors of Pain have. There's really nothing else for them to do. They've been in all-out wars with the Undisputed. There really is nothing else for this team to do. And I think Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan are going to go to the finals against TM61, and I think we're going to get TM61 versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch at WrestleMania weekend, take over New Orleans. That is my prediction for the Dusty Classic. So you see the slight change from moving some teams left and right gives this tournament a slight unpredictability factor. I would have loved to see the Street Profits and TM61 at the finals of this tournament or in the finals of this tournament. But at least we get that match somewhere in this tournament if it's not the finals. Those two will meet in the semifinals. So Street Profits, TM61. TM61 is going to win. Sanity, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. I think Lorcan and Burch are going to win. We're going to get TM61 and the team of Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch in the finals of this tournament. So let me know what you guys think about that. There was a news article or a news piece on Kairi Sane this past weekend at a WWE NXT house show in Florida that really made a lot of people fucking sick because it's absolutely ridiculous what some fans will do. And these type of people should be banished from all future wrestling events. Clearly. If you guys see on the screen here, a Florida wrestling fan was in attendance at NXT St. Petersburg, and there were fans chanting racist remarks at Kairi Sane. This is what the fans stated, and this is what the fans chanted at Kairi Sane. They chanted, I believe, happy ending, it says in the tweet here. Douchebag saying happy ending and Pearl Harbor at Kairi Sane at NXT TakeOver, or NXT St. Petersburg. I'm sorry, NXT St. Petersburg, while Kairi Sane was wrestling on the house show circuit. This fan says that they should be removed from the facility. Fuck being removed from the facility. They should be removed from attending any shows ever again in St. Petersburg. That's disgusting. If you're going to a wrestling event and you're going to chant racist slurs like that towards someone like Kairi Sane, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Clearly. Even if you're having a good time and you're drunk and you're acting like a fool, at what point do you draw the line? I mean, you're a fucking idiot. You're a piece of shit. Why would Kairi Sane deserve that? Who wants to hear that if you're coming out there to perform for you fucking people? Happy ending. Pearl Harbor. And then look at Kairi Sane's response. She tweets a bunch of children holding hands around a graphic of a globe, holding hands of all different ethnicities and color. She didn't even say anything to these people because they don't deserve to be spotlighted or highlighted. Why can't everyone just get the fuck along? Why does there need to be racist remarks and slurs being thrown at people undeservedly? Sickening. Those fans make everybody else look terrible. Those fans that chanted that shit made everybody in that arena look terrible. I understand having fun at a wrestling event, but chanting slurs at somebody who is a different ethnicity? Come on, dude. Come on. It's very different than chanting, "You can't wrestle" at Jinder Mahal. It's bullshit. Bullshit. You can have a good time, but, I mean, you got to draw the line somewhere. You got to have a fucking brain inside that head of yours to know that's not right. Absolutely ridiculous. Moving on from that. Disgusting fucking people, man. Disgusting fucking people. CM Punk. CM Punk's in the news. CM Punk is always in the fucking news. If you shows you entertainment, please subscribe. Let me feed my baby daughter. You know, he's always in the news over there. But CM Punk is in the news because he loves to tease the wrestling community on Twitter. CM Punk knows that he could take a shit in the middle of a Chicago suburb sidewalk, and people will be all over that shit like a bunch of fucking flies. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. People are going to be hanging on every fucking word that comes out of this guy's mouth. It's no secret that CM Punk has an open invitation to join the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club guys and Punk might be the perfect fit for All In, but he's currently concentrating on his MMA career and preparing for his second UFC fight, which coincidentally might be taking place in Chicago this summer. The Young Bucks are still tearing it up all over the world, and they are currently in Australia performing for massive amounts of people with New Japan Pro Wrestling's Fall Out Down Under. Matt Jackson recently updated fans on their travel schedule, and the Second City Savior chimed in telling them that they are running a marathon on top of it and to get back to him. And CM Punk included a kissy face emoji to the oldest of the Young Bucks. Punk's MMA training has to be severe, but it's probably kept him in good enough shape to wrestle once again. He could always hop in the ring anytime he wants in the fall if he has a fight in June, as speculated. Of course, he would love to express interest, or he would have to express interest in taking on another match in the squared circle, but he's currently focusing on the octagon. Matt Jackson fired back saying, and as you guys can see the tweets on the screen right now, "Run a marathon after all that, and then come talk to me," says Punk. So the Young Bucks tweet, Matt Jackson specifically, "Let's run one in September." "Let's run one in September," says Matt Jackson. So then CM Punk says, "Probably doing Chicago in October. I'll do a half with you in September." So CM Punk, trolling the fans, because everybody wants Punk at the All In show. If it's in Chicago, first of all, if they're asking Punk to run with them in September, it isn't really concrete, but it kind of gives you a hint of where the show's going to be. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to be in Chicago. In fact, I hope it's in Chicago, because I love to visit the city. I got a ton of fans out there that want me to come out there. I'd love to do a meet and greet out there. I'd love to come to the show because it's going to be a huge event that's not WWE sanctioned, And if you already got Kenny Omega, and you got the Young Bucks, and you got Cody Rhodes, and you're probably going to get Chris Jericho, and you're probably going to get a slew of other guys on this show, right? If Kenny Omega is there, and you put Kenny Omega against CM Punk in the main event, 10,000, you could probably fill fucking the Allstate Arena. Never mind some fucking rinky-dink 10,000 seat arena, I'd love to be at that. In fact, I will be at that. For Punk's return, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's going to break the goddamn internet if that is the match this year. Kenny Omega versus CM Punk? Take my fucking money. Now. But I want to hope that CM Punk is going to come back to professional wrestling. In fact, I think he will. He's going to do things on his own term. If he loses his next match, I truly believe CM Punk will be back in professional wrestling. Whether that's with WWE or not, I don't really know. I've stated and I've made predictions that, CM Punk walking out of WWE was Daniel Bryan's ascent to the top. CM Punk walking away from the WWE opened the door for Daniel Bryan to become WWE champion. I honestly think if Punk doesn't come back at the All In show, which is probably not going to happen. I mean, we can all wish upon a fucking shooting star. But if CM Punk doesn't come back, which he probably won't at the All In show, I do believe Punk will be back in wrestling after his next UFC match. If Punk loses his UFC match, I could certainly see him just giving that up and doing the wrestling thing again on his own time when he's ready. Even if Punk does win, it's going to be at that point where it's going to be a decision that's going to be made by him. Does he want to go again? Does he just want to get a win under his belt and then quit? Does he want to win and continue doing it? I don't know. We don't know. But with Punk walking away from the WWE, opening up the door for Daniel Bryan, I have stated many, many times that I think everything comes full circle. I think with Daniel Bryan being retired and his desire to wrestle again, and Daniel Bryan is going to wrestle again, not for the WWE. I wish it was. I wish this storyline with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would lead to Daniel Bryan getting back in the ring, but we know that's not the case. And WWE seemingly has been wasting our times ever since Hell in a Cell with this fucking storyline. And if it doesn't lead to Daniel Bryan getting back in the ring at WrestleMania, then it's a fucking waste of everybody's time for all these months. But Daniel Bryan's going to wrestle again when his contract is up in September. He's probably going to have a 90-day no-compete clause. Daniel Bryan coming back to professional wrestling will open the door for CM Punk to come back, just like Punk walking away opened the door for Daniel Bryan. I am standing behind that statement. I believe that we will see Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk in 2019, somewhere on the independent circuit, whether it be for Ring of Honor, whether it be for another All In show, whatever the case may be. Because if the first All In show goes as well as everybody expects it to, you can imagine that they're going to want to do another one. And I think with Bryan coming back, it's going to bring Punk out of retirement. That match should have main evented WrestleMania 30. That should have been the main event of WrestleMania 30 for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I will never, ever, ever, ever think otherwise on that. That was your main event for WrestleMania 30. In fact, that should have been the main event of the show. WWE didn't want it. And I truly believe that Daniel Bryan's going to come back and going to bring CM Punk out of retirement, and we're going to see those two, which we should have seen 4 years ago in the WWE on the grandest stage, fight it out for the biggest prize in the industry. That's my opinion on that. And I hope I am right on that. Punk replied, as you see, in usual fashion, keeping the conversation running on marathons. He said that he'll do one in Chicago in October, and he'd probably talk about Chicago Marathon, which is held in the early October every year. But then Punk went on to say he'd be game for a little running with the Young Bucks in September as well. So who knows how the tides might turn once we get closer to that date. It's going to be a wait-and-see situation for sure. So I would love to see CM Punk come back to professional wrestling. I'd love to see him at the All In show. Right now, nobody should be hanging on to a possibility of that happening. It's going to be a wait-and-see game with CM Punk. Wade Barrett shoots on the WWE purposely sabotaging superstars. Now, we all talk about WWE holding back superstars that get over on their own. You guys can, chronicle back to some of the guys, Wade Barrett included, right? It's Damian Sandow. And more notably, nowadays, Rusev. Rusev is being held down. But Wade Barrett shoots on WWE purposely sabotaging superstars. He's a former Intercontinental Champion. Wade Barrett had all the makings of a great heel. Possible World Championship title run if WWE built him up the right way, which they didn't, of course. Right? Former WWE star Wade Barrett won the first season of NXT in 2010, and he made his Raw debut on June 7 of that year, rising to the top of the card as the leader of the Nexus. He headlined 5 WWE pay-per-views during the remainder of 2010 and challenging for the WWE Championship in 3 of those. How do you drop the ball on somebody like that? I don't understand that. Obviously, they've seen something in him from early on, and then they just completely treat him like shit. Barrett then formed The Core, which is one of the worst stable names in the history of this business, formed The Core with former Nexus members Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. in January 2011. He won his first Intercontinental Championship, which is a title that he won on 5 different occasions. 2013, he became Bad News Barrett until becoming the 20th King of the Ring winner in 2015 and changed his ring name to King Barrett, which ultimately ended his career. He moved on to use the King Barrett gimmick following his win of the King of the Ring tournament. He left WWE May 2016 and since has taken hiatus from wrestling in order to focus on his acting career. I believe he's the commissioner now of Defiant Wrestling, a.k.a. What Culture Pro Wrestling. Barrett was recently interviewed by the Sports Bible to talk about a wide variety of topics about his WWE career and his life after leaving the company a few years ago. During the interview, he was asked about if WWE purposely sabotages certain performers and gave more praise to former WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville. Here is what he had to say, and I quote, listen to this. They, WWE, misuse a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys you could do more with at the end of the day, but they pick their guys that they want to go with. I don't think they purposely sabotage. I think there are limited spots to be at the top of the card or the highlighted guys. There are probably 7 or 8 guys where it's like, okay, these are our main guys going forward, and for the next 6 to 12 months, they need to be the guys getting the biggest reactions, being involved in the biggest storylines and stuff like that. So if there's a guy who's getting bigger reactions than them, then I think there's an attempt to, I'm sure, make that reaction transfer onto the guys that they're going with, the guys that they want to push. There are just a limited number of spots, and that's the issue. You can't have everyone in those spots. I think a lot of people look at Neville and think, oh, he's that high-flying guy who does all the flips, but literally everything he does, from even the most basic stuff, locking up, tying up, the way he moves around the ring, the way he reacts to anything, I do to him and sells my stuff is always incredible. To me, he's one of the best in-ring guys ever. End quote. Wade Barrett danced around the topic, pretty much said yes without blatantly saying yes. He said yes in the most political way possible because you don't want to burn a bridge. Wade Barrett, I do believe, would love to be back in the WWE. I think Wade Barrett, to be given a second chance as Bad News Barrett, I think would be great. WWE killed Bad News Barrett because it wasn't what they envisioned. They envisioned him as a heel. And he was getting more over than a lot of the top guys in the company with the gimmick because people want something to invest their energy and time in. People want to be entertained as well. Wade Barrett was not only engaging, not only was he a decent wrestler, but he had a character to back all that up and mic skills that pretty much were better than half the fucking roster. Wade Barrett had it all. He was a beautiful package of what a lot of people call a 5-tool player. He's not the best ever in the ring, but certainly serviceable. And he had everything coming together with that one Bad News Barrett gimmick. WWE seen this, well, he's getting way too over. We can't have that. That's not in our plan. That's not in our goal. That our long-term goal plan. It's not on our itinerary. Why not? Why not? You see, this is where I don't understand WWE. They continue to push the same fucking guys, and they think that everybody that they want is what we want. But no. But WWE goes on these platforms and these social media outlets and these news outlets and says, the fans are the heartbeat of what we do on TV. But then they do something like this, and they become hypocritical when they make a statement like that. If we're the heartbeat of what we see on TV, then when we cheer for somebody and they get demoted or they get banished from television, then we really aren't the heartbeat of the television show. What we want really doesn't give a shit. It doesn't matter. You don't give a shit about what we say. So if Wade Barrett was getting over and Wade Barrett was somebody that we wanted to see, if that was the case, he would have remained on television. And if I'm a wrestling promoter, if I'm a business owner, and I got this Wade Barrett Bad News Barrett guy, right? This gimmick that is either a hit or a miss. And it goes out there and completely blows everybody away. It succeeds like nobody else expected it to succeed. That is the greatest thing a wrestling promotion and a wrestling promoter could ever ask for. You literally did nothing but put this guy out there with a gimmick that everybody thought was going to be a joke. It got over more so than anybody else on the roster, and he made himself into a superstar. He did the work for you. You now have a made guy pretty much out of nothing. And what do you want if you're a wrestling promotion and a wrestling promoter? You want guys to go out there and get over. You want guys to go out there and make themselves into a superstar. More superstars, the better for you. More superstars, more money for you. You didn't want to make money off Wade Barrett? You didn't want an entertaining gimmick that would actually have people tune into the shows? Now you're doing the same thing with Rusev. People want to see Rusev Day. People want to see Rusev wrestle. People want to see Aiden English and Rusev win the tag team titles. They wouldn't be buying the t-shirts and chanting Rusev Day during Roman Reigns segments on Monday Night Raw when he's not even a Raw superstar. Duly noted. Wade Barrett went the political route. Pretty much told you, yeah, they hold guys back that get over on their own, but didn't really come out and say, yeah, that's what happened to him. He doesn't want to burn a bridge. I'd love to see Bad News Barrett back in the WWE. I would really love to see it. I think he got misused and miscast because he did the most sinful thing in professional wrestling, get over. Not many guys can get over organically in professional wrestling. And when you see it, you keep it. You mold it. You work with it. It's special. Why you would throw something away like that, like a piece of garbage, I don't understand. WWE, sick in the fucking head, man. Sick in the fucking head. We got two more stories here. We're going to get out of here. Again, not a lot. Not a lot on this episode. I got plans for Dean Ambrose before he got hurt. What was the plan for Dean Ambrose before he went down with his injury? Better question is, what is Dean Ambrose going to do when he comes back? You know, that's the better question. WWE officials had some big ideas for Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose, who is clearly the workhorse of the sports entertainment company right now. He is the Cal Ripken Jr. of WWE, no question. While competing under the WWE banner, he has a reputation of going too hard in the ring, and he almost never misses a single event. He held the WWE title for 84 days and headlined several events in some of WWE's biggest markets. He wrestled in a complete, total 204 matches in WWE the same year. He worked 194 WWE events in 2016 alone. That is 9% more than anybody else on the roster. Ambrose has achieved many accomplishments since signing with the WWE in 2011 and being called up to the main roster as part of the Shield in 2012. He held the WWE title once, Intercontinental Championship twice, the U.S. Championship once. He is also a 5-time Slammy Award winner and won Money in the Bank in 2016. Ambrose would become the first member of the Shield to win the Grand Slam. Rollins is missing the Intercontinental Championship, which WWE could really insert him in the IC title match this year at WrestleMania if they want. Remember that great Intercontinental Championship match back from Monday Night Raw last May? Right? With Rollins, with Balor, and The Miz. If WWE wants to revisit that at WrestleMania, that was the best main event of Monday Night Raw all last year. If we get that at WrestleMania, I will not be upset with that at all. As noted, Ambrose went on to have successful surgery to repair a high-grade triceps tendon in December. Ambrose's arm injury reportedly took place at the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view back in October, on October 22nd. During that pay-per-view, Ambrose took a bump on a table that didn't break. Sheamus tried to powerbomb him through a table. Didn't break. And then Sheamus did it again, and the second time it broke. Following the match, his right arm immediately swelled up. While Ambrose didn't take any time off and continued to work through the pain, things got worse. Now, you're looking back on it, if Ambrose went for the surgery right after that event, instead of waiting till the end of December, he might be back a little sooner, you know? So these guys, it's tough to give up their spot. You know, they work through injuries because they don't want to step away because they feel like their spot is going to be taken up by somebody else. Ambrose, I think, is okay. You know, a guy like Ambrose and a guy like Ambrose in this situation, if he gets hurt and he's going to be out for 6-7 months, you know, I don't think Ambrose, when he comes back, is going to be demoted and be treated like garbage. I think when Ambrose comes back, a guy like him is going to be put right back in the same position that he was in before he got hurt. So he should have really, you know, took care of that when it was an issue right away, instead of waiting and wrestling and making it worse and extending his time out. Dave Meltzer reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and other officials of WWE had planned to turn Ambrose heel before he got injured. This was the plan for WrestleMania. Ambrose and Rollins, tag team champions. Ambrose turning on Rollins like Rollins turned on the Shield would have been great. There's nobody in the company that needs a change more than Ambrose. Ambrose turning heel and going to a real lunatic, sort of like the Jon Moxley character, maybe adding a dash of that into his WWE character would have been fantastic. That would have been Rollins' perfect match at WrestleMania, stemming from him teaming with Ambrose all those months and winning the tag team championship. He was supposed to turn and feud with Roman Reigns instead of Rollins. Now the belief is that Seth Rollins would feud with Roman Reigns instead. I don't know how likely that was. Maybe he would have went with Rollins first at WrestleMania and then they would have transitioned him to Roman Reigns. WWE stated Ambrose would be out for 9 months at the time of his surgery. If you recall, last year Braun Strowman was given the same timeline to return, but he came back in 2. However, he was back in action several months later, which means he managed to return 6 months early. Ambrose could do the same thing and be back before WrestleMania 34. I don't think Ambrose is going to be back before WrestleMania. I think Ambrose is going to be back after WrestleMania. There really is no need right now. And bringing Ambrose back right now with everything you got going on and all the confusion with Seth Rollins as it is right now, really not going to do anything. I'd say wait. You don't want to add another piece to make everything more confusing. Let him get better. Keep him out till WrestleMania. It sucks that he's going to miss WrestleMania because he is a big key proponent on Monday Night Raw, but the better thing right now is to keep Ambrose out. And no doubt in my mind there was going to be Rollins and Ambrose at WrestleMania, and they were probably going to do, like they said here, like Meltzer stated, that it was going to be Ambrose and Reigns. Ambrose versus Reigns for the Universal Championship on Monday Night Raw. So that is the plan as of Ambrose before he got hurt. Speaking of Ambrose being hurt, you did hear that now it's going to be Rollins versus Reigns, and that is being planned for after WrestleMania 34. We've seen a first-time ever history-making moment on Monday Night Raw. It lasted 2 hours on Raw, and I'm talking about the Gauntlet match. 7 men competed in it. All 7 men are going to be competing tonight in the Men's Elimination Chamber match. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Elias, The Miz, Finn Balor, and Braun Strowman. Former Shield brothers Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins started the night off. They were the first 2 men in the match. Rollins beat Reigns. Rollins went on to beat Cena and then ultimately eliminated by Elias. Now, after defeating Reigns, Rollins, like I said, would go on to pin John Cena, and he beat John Cena and Roman Reigns in the same night, clean. Meltzer recently commented on the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio. He stated that Rollins defeating Reigns is for a reason, and that reason being a feud between the pair down the line. Roman's loss is just not a loss. A lot of time, I get mad when they have a top guy lose for no reason. It's kind of like if you're a top guy and you lose, it should be for a reason, and this had a reason. I think the reason is that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will be working a program after WrestleMania. If they're not, then it was for no reason. You really can't take anything that Dave Meltzer says in this light as concrete evidence or fact, because we really don't know. You know, we all know that WWE is doing something definitely with Seth Rollins for a reason. There was a reason why they did what they did on Monday Night Raw. There's a political agenda behind what they did with Seth Rollins. They need to make Seth Rollins look strong for whatever reason. Whether it's a match against Reigns, whether it's to put him in the triple threat match or make the match with Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania a triple threat match. Whether it's to move Rollins over to SmackDown via the next draft. At least he looks strong going over to SmackDown, and you could bring AJ Styles over to Monday Night Raw and replace him with the Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins can be inserted into the top of the card as the top guy on SmackDown Live. And that would look a lot better if they're building him right now with all this momentum and giving him wins over Reigns and Cena and having him go 1 hour in the gauntlet match, and probably tonight he's going to go the distance again in the Elimination Chamber. He's going to have a great night at WrestleMania. You take all these pieces and you lump them together. If Rollins moves over to SmackDown, it's going to look a lot better for him after they've done all that than pretty much keeping him ice cold before any of this happened and then move him over to SmackDown. So I think it's all being done for a reason. I think Rollins needs to get away from Reigns. I truly do. Rollins will never be, in some people's eyes he is, but to WWE he's not. Rollins will never be the top guy, officially, on a brand with someone like a Roman Reigns. He won't. And that's just the way WWE sees it. So Rollins moving over to SmackDown. SmackDown could be Seth Rollins' show in 2018. Once WWE comes up with another set draft. So we could be looking at it being a plan, but not necessarily for Reigns and Rollins. This could be a plan to make Seth Rollins the face of his own brand in 2018. Not having a match against Roman Reigns. If they move AJ Styles over to Monday Night Raw, that gives Roman Reigns some fresh blood, at least for right now, to battle with at the top of the card for the Universal Championship. I think a move for Braun Strowman over to SmackDown Live would be great. I think getting fresh blood for Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw should be a priority. If they're going to give him the Universal Championship, I don't want to see Roman versus Braun anymore. I don't want to see Roman versus Cena. I don't want to see Roman versus Rollins. I don't want to see Roman versus Ambrose. I think they need to get fresh blood for Roman Reigns. He's gone through everybody on Monday Night Raw, and this is the reason why I hate the Roman Reigns character. He ran through everybody on Monday Night Raw. Now you're going to have him win the WWE Universal Championship, headline all of these shows. How is Roman's title reign going to be exciting to anybody if he's already beaten everybody before he even won the title? WWE needs to come up with some fresh ideas for Roman Reigns. Otherwise, giving him the title at WrestleMania is going to be a failure right from that closing bell at WrestleMania. Something needs to be done. I think what Meltzer is stating here, it is for a reason. But I think the reason is not for Reigns and Rollins. I think the reason is for Rollins to be the headline of his own brand come Backlash. That's my prediction on that. A lot of people take Meltzer's Q&As or whatever Meltzer says when he's just speaking off the top of the cuff, and they turn it into news. Reigns and Rollins, we've seen already. Why would we want to see that again? I think Rollins on SmackDown is the best bet here. Give Reigns some fresh opponents on Monday Night Raw, if indeed he's going to win the Universal Championship. That is Off the Script. That is your show this weekend. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back tonight with the Elimination Chamber review and results video as soon as that show goes off the air. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. Harrys.com/script. audibletrial.com/offthescript. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Patreon, if you guys want to support the show on a monthly basis, patreon.com/JD from NY206, and WrestleCrate.com for your subscription boxes, man. Visit them on Twitter at WrestleCrateUSA. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up. I'll see you guys tonight for the Elimination Chamber. Anybody but Roman. I'll talk to you guys later.